What's up guys, Amel here back in the studio, and today I'm going to be going over my remake of Better When You're Gone by Brooks and David Guetta. Alright guys, so let's jump into the sound design. First thing I'm going to start off is the lead. Now this lead isn't anything too crazy. I built it out using a lot of Silent 1 and Serum. So if I play this here, you can see all these will play. I think there's maybe like 8 or 9 sounds. I have a couple Serum layers and I have a couple Silent layers. Like I said, nothing too crazy. With that said, there are a few key things that really help this lead stand out. The first one is this harmony. Now you'll notice this is the melody right here. And then there is a harmony that plays like this. It's not super loud in the mix, but it just gives a little bit of texture. Like for instance, maybe right here, kind of in the end. Take a listen with just the lead. Versus now we add the harmony. Doesn't sound like a lot, but in the whole track it really adds up and helps the lead stand out. Second thing I want to show you is I've gone ahead, I just took a little audio, I bounced out one of my leads to audio and then filtered that in as sort of a reverse. So if I mute this, it'll sound like this. Not crazy, but if we add it in, it sounds a lot better. This thing right here really sort of helps a lot with ear candy. And the third and final thing that I want to show you is I added this volume lead automation. In just a second here, I'm going to play sort of an A-B of the lead with and without this volume automation. And you'll notice that it doesn't sound terrible without it, but I've talked about this in a couple of my videos before. Having a volume automation where it just sort of cuts the lead out at certain points really makes it punch. So first, take a listen to the lead without the volume automation. It's not bad, but it just sounds a little bit sloppy. All the notes are the same length, the tail just kind of runs out, and it sounds a little mushy. So now let's play it with the volume automation. Especially in notes like here, I'm going to turn it off one more time and take a listen. Versus, it just cuts it out, which makes the contrast between having that note hit a lot harder, so it kind of gives a false impression that it's punching a lot harder. Really makes the lead stand out in the track. Next up we have some chords. These are some pretty simple saw chords. I just built them in Silent 1. I have 3 different layers and they're pretty low in the mix, but they sound like this. Next up we have our bass sounds. I'm going to play the bass and also add the sub in. Most of these basses, I think, are from my sound bank. Here's an Ultrasonics one. Here's a couple more, yeah, from my sound bank in Silent. And then I have quite a few Serum layers playing as well. Just a whole bunch of different ones, including these sort of really cool textures down at the bottom here. That one and this one. Those just help add a lot of sort of high-end frequencies and make it sound a little more gritty. And then at the bottom here, I have this bass shot that's also playing and just helps add texture. Then on top of that, we have a couple bass shots here. And I have this horn playing as well. Altogether, the basses sound like this. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and mute all the instruments and only play the drums. The key for the drums here is that obviously house beat, kick, and a clap, but there's all these little sort of effects and offbeat toms and stuff that really sort of accentuate the rhythm of the melody. So that's the full track, guys. I hope you learned something, and as always, I will have the FLP for this available down in the description below. I also want to remind you guys that right now, for a limited time, my Brooks style sound bank is available for, I think it's almost like 40% off, so it's quite a big deal. So if you want to go check that out and get a ton of Brooks style leads, basses, chords, growls, all that stuff, you can go check that out. I'll also leave a link down in the description. Otherwise, I think that's going to be the end of this video. I'm just going to do a full playthrough, and as always, I will catch you back in the next video. See ya.